Okay, hello and welcome to F2. As you can see today, we're at Monaco, the Principality. I'm your host, your commentator, Lowkey. What I assume is going to be an action-filled race. I guess we'll find out regarding safety cars and whatnot. Maybe we see some rain, who knows? I don't know. I've been praying for rain for a couple of weeks now in F1. Maybe it will happen in F2, we'll see. But yeah, we should have a good race today. I think both, Fireshot Ryan and Tobias, currently the leaders of the championship, and really the only two guys going for this year's championship in F2 at the moment, currently separated by 2 points at the top of the table. So it'll be interesting to see who can take, well, you say the best position. I think Juan is now in F1, so it might be out of those two for pole position. Maybe somebody else can spring a surprise. I guess we'll find out very, very soon. So regarding Monaco, well, it's hard enough to do a lap in time trial, so we may see some incident in qualifying, but obviously, as I'm sure you guys know, keeping your front wing is basically rule number one around here, because you lose your front wing, although it's obviously basically impossible to overtake, losing your front wing will lose you obviously a lot of time. Yeah, we'll see what some of the cars look to do on strategy. Obviously, if you qualify outside the top 10, there's probably a bit more scope to do something different, but obviously with the higher chances of a safety car, it's still all very unpredictable. So what's the time now? 6 o'clock. I'm assuming everybody's in, and I also assume we'll be readying up very, very soon. Not too sure why we haven't already started doing that yet. I'm about to find out. Okay, and as I say that, here we go. I didn't even know that Monaco was a night race either until like yesterday. I don't think makes much of a difference, maybe slightly in regards to tire temperatures. Really, I have no idea, but it'll be interesting to see how things pan out, as we'll soon be getting underway. So what type of lap times will we be looking for? Probably maybe the mid 109s, low 109s. I think in F3 the pole time was a 110. So obviously time trial, you've got quite a lot of people in the 108s. So it'll be interesting to see what the top 10 lap times will be like. And we also look to see if Monaco is going to spring any surprises in regards to the weather for us. Probably not, but one can hope. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. Oh, I can't believe this. Oh my. It's actually raining. Oh. It's actually raining. I can't believe my eyes. I know everyone's scrambling because people didn't prepare for this. Oh my days. It is raining here in qualifying. So Wow, I guess we'll be in for a mixed up grid, maybe. Wow, is it full wets? It looks like full wets. Definitely looks like. Oh, it's full wets. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. This is exactly what I want for tomorrow, but I don't think it's gonna happen really. But we'll see. It's raining here in qualifying, and that is gonna make things a lot more interesting. Really, keeping the car out of the barrier is gonna be one of the main. Well, obviously, but it's even intensified now with the heavy rain we have. Wow. So yeah, heavy rain here in qualifying. Let me get the maps up. Wow, wow, this is gonna be so. I've actually been doing, me personally, I've actually been doing heavy rain practice around Monaco. I don't know why, but I guess it's more hope, wishful thinking than anything. But as you can see here, we've got a fully wet qualifying. I don't know what the weather is for the race. I'll have to take a moment to find out. Everybody on the full wet tires. No, we don't need the telemetry. We'll go with fastest lap. As Alex comes into the pits, and Lyse now is coming across, and he will be the first driver to start his lap, as there's a Haas coming out of the pit lane up ahead. Oh, this is going to be a really interesting session. As Alex retires from the session, okay, I think he's retired in the pit lane. He probably doesn't want anything to do with this wet qualifying session or something else. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. As wow, it's going to be so difficult for the drivers to keep the cars under control whilst also setting competitive lap times. It's very difficult around this track. It's quite easy to lock the fronts and obviously lose the rear. Wait, let me check what the weather is for the race though. Oh, qualifying bands, yeah. All right, cool. Okay. So what's the race weather? Does anybody know? What's the race weather? Oh, really fighting the traction. And this is also going to add a new dimension to the start of the race, as now you can choose what tires to start on. So that's also going to be a very interesting decision, bearing in mind the softs aren't the best tires. And he's just about avoided the barrier. Lyse is really struggling fighting the traction. He's going to come across the line, maybe not to set a competitive lap, but it will be the first lap of a 1:30.8. So who is up behind him? There's a Red Bull, I think, on an outlap in JJ Dog. There's another Renault ERO Flow. Oh, and he's really fighting the rear as well. He's coming across the line. He's about to go 3 seconds quicker as Libanov goes on a 1:26.6. And I've actually just noticed that Libanov is now in F2. Good on you. Quick driver, as Tobias goes quickest on a 26.1. Libanov, actually another driver who I'm sure will be competing for podiums and race victories in F2 this season. So who else is coming through on the lap? There's a Mercedes. Sniper Arctic in the Haas sets a 1:35.0, so he'll definitely look to be going quicker than that. John Gatcho's lap time is invalidated. There's another racing point, as a Ferrari and the AlphaTauri are pretty close. JG coming around the final corner, fighting the rear as well. Oh, it's looking really tough for the drivers out there, and he goes through on a 1:28.5 into P4. Ed Zax goes into P3 with a 27.2. Libanov is going very slowly, and McLaren has just gone across the line in Biana to start his lap, with his teammate Red Zax just up ahead. Fireshot Ryan is, I think his lap time was probably invalidated. Yep, he's really struggling as well. Everybody's really struggling for grip out there, as you can imagine. We'll see who else is still out on track. Tobias, I think. Oh, okay, he's coming to the pit lane. Wow. yeah, it's looking really difficult for those guys as the teammate of the Williams, Westerhuis, has gone into P1 the 25.8. Fairly competitive lap time. There's a Mercedes coming through the final corner. I think that's Tin Mats. No, it's Otapa. He's about to set his first time and puts him up into P4 with a 127.2. So far, no big incidents. Everybody's still in qualifying. Obviously, bar Alex, who has a qualifying ban, as Redzax thrashes it through the middle sector. Really fighting the rain. There's a racing point coming up to the start-finish line. John Gatcher goes up into P7 with 28.0 above his teammate. We'll watch Redzack as everybody's really struggling with the rear traction going through there, and Redzack goes up into P9, and his teammate Bjarne goes up into P4. So currently we've got 13 cars that have set a lap time. Fireshot Ryan goes P4 now. Lebenov it says intermediates, but I definitely don't believe that, because I don't think that would be the greatest, as there's a McLaren around at the end of the first sector, and this is going to be really difficult as cars are coming through. Tim Mats, he might need to move the car, otherwise he might get disqualified. Okay, this is really not good at all. Is he not ghosting? No, he's not. Wow, okay. So, yeah, you can see the problem we have there with Bjarne. I think now he'll be able to get a car turn, as Gaiath went into P4 on his lap. Yeah, no, I don't know why they're saying instance. I think it's because he's in the pits. Otapa's lap is invalidated. There's a racing point ahead of Edzax. No, there's not. Edzax is coming up to the start-finish now. Will he improve? Looks like he will. And yes, he goes into P3 with 26.5. So we'll be happy with that lap. But in the wet, often you just need to... It's not really about taking one lap and that's that. You kind of really need to go around, fuel it up for about 7 or so laps. Maybe take about 5 attempts. It's really something to of a learning curve, let's say, as there's a Williams coming up to the start-finish line. I wonder if that is Tobias, and we'll follow Tobias on board actually. Hello Max, good. I'm very, very happy now that there's rain. I'm not sure if there's rain in the race, but as Gareth goes up into P2 with a 25.9, so you can see the lap times are dropping, as Tobias goes through Mirabel and the hairpin now. We'll see how much traction he gets through Portier and how much time he can find going to the tunnel. Yeah, it's really, really sensitive on the power, as there's a Mercedes up ahead and he blasts down into the Novo chicane and he gets it correct, doesn't cut it too much. Now he's going to go for the fast left-hander to back. Really, you want to be as close to the inside as possible without going too wide. Easy on the traction, and it's looking good at the moment. We'll see whether or not he's losing time as he's going through Raskas into Anthony Nose. There's a Mercedes up ahead who's got out of the way. Let's see what the traction's like. Sounds like good traction. Let's see where this puts him. It's P1 with a 24.7, so he's on provisional pole by 1.1 seconds. His teammate will definitely want to respond to that, who's currently on his out lap. Pricky up into P8. I'm not sure if that's a recent change or not. Flo's coming across the line now and he improves up to P4. So yeah, as you can see, the times are dropping quite rapidly, as Fireshot Ryan is in the pits. I wonder if Tobias is going again. Yes, he is, as he's actually improved in the first sector very, very slightly. As Sniper Arctic goes up into P3 on a 25.8, so still a second covering P1 to the rest of the pack. A few cars still down in the 130 or 130s rather, sorry. Tobias still on the lap, his teammate also on the lap. We'll watch to see what his first sector has in store for us, as he's really fighting the car. And the traction, he's down by 4 tenths, so there's definitely still time to find, but we'll see if he can find that. As Tobias loses a little bit of time in the middle sector, can he gain it back in? Nope, he decides to pit. As Flo is also very, very close, and the yellow flags waved in the final sector. There's a McLaren, I think it was Bjarne, as somebody hit the inside of the barrier. So we'll see what. Oh, he's down by 9 tenths. So has he got some damage? Looks like there's a bit of understeer. No, he doesn't. Sniper Arctic. Oh, and it's really easy to do that as he hits the barrier coming out the final corner. I wonder if he would have been on for a personal best. I'm not too sure. He ends up with a 27.0, which doesn't improve his position. Bjarne and the McLaren's currently on the lap time, currently in P9. Oh, I think he lost the rear end there. Oh, that looks good. We'll see what his middle sector time comes up as. He's improved by 1.3 seconds. He'll want to hold that together now, because that, oh, he's invalidated. He's invalidated that lap, so he'll have to go again if he wants to improve. A Sniper Arctic, let's see, okay, Sniper Arctic and Westerhouse, I hope that's how you say it, Westerhouse, currently sharing the same piece of tarmac. Currently the 24/7 of Tobias looks out of reach for the rest of the pack, but obviously there are still 5 minutes left in this qualifying session, and obviously at Monaco anything can happen. As Sniper Arctic comes into the box, the Williams of Westerhouse will look to get into provisional pole as he blasts out of the final corner, and he improves by 2 tenths but stays in second position. So still Tobias's 124.7 is proving to be too quick for the rest of the pack, as Bjarne finding half a second in the first sector after having what would have been his personal best lap time invalidated. A few cars on outlaps. The majority of, is he gonna, yep, invalidated again, sorry man. The majority of cars still in the pits. Tobias, is he on, he's actually on instance. Tobias on intermediates. To be fair, the track does look like it's drying up slightly. Whether it's ready or not for, oh okay, most cars on inters, but it doesn't look like the grip is really there. I guess we will find out. If it does continue to dry up towards the end of the session, then it will be very, very interesting to see where a lot of these cars form on the grid. So we'll look at the gaps, and as you can see, there is still a lot of time in there for the rest of the pack to find. Yeah, the current championship leader, Fireshot Ryan, is still in the pits with 3 minutes to go. I think that's him coming out, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. So he'll definitely want to get higher, closer to his championship rival Tobias, who is starting his lap. And before I check to follow this on board, I want to see who else is on the lap. The Mercedes driver of Otapa, Libanov, is also on the lap. We'll check whereabouts he is. He's down by 2.5 seconds. Otapa's gone through the escape road, so we'll watch Tobias, who's slower by 3 tenths, but if the track is getting better, then he may still find time. There's still a few more cars up ahead. Let's see. Flo has just started happening. There's a yellow flag in the first sector. It's John Gacho, and he's not moving. Not too sure why he's not moving, but okay, we'll go back to, let's see who else is on a lap further forward. Libanov's not going particularly fast, so we'll watch Tobias. We'll see. John Gacho was disqualified. I'm not too sure why it was stationary. But let's see whether Tobias can extend his lead, and he's still half a second down. So it's looking like the intermediates are currently not the tyres to be on. Although the majority of the field have chosen them, maybe with another lap or so they will continue to pick up pace. We'll see if he finds time in the final sector. Still very gingerly on the gas as Biane, I think he's put himself up into P3, still on the wets. So he was struggling to keep his lap valid as Tobias 4 attempts down. 5-shot Ryan still in the pit lane. That's a bit confusing. Him down in P9, I'm not too sure he'll want to be starting there. He'd have to get out very, very quickly to get a lap. As the majority of the field have chosen to go for inters, which I guess we'll find out whether it's the right choice or not. Okay, we'll go to the back. Tim Max comes across the line to go up into P8, improving from down in P16. Libenov is currently 4 attempts off his personal best, and 5-shot Ryan is out of the pits now, but surely it's too late. Surely it's too late for 5-shot Ryan, as license invalidated. Westerhouse and the battle for pole position will intensify very soon. Quite a few laps invalidated. JJ Dog about to set his first lap of qualifying, and it's not going to be a very good one. That'll be his banker, I guess. We'll see what he can do as Tobias slows down to a tap of the tyres. I'm assuming that was on track, as well as not on track, sorry, off track, as well as what Gino. There's some cars going quite slowly in the final sector. So yeah, as the cars, they're basically gonna tune up for their final lap and their final attempts. I don't think 5-shot Ryan is gonna get a lap. 16 seconds, yeah, he's not going to make it. So that's quite unfortunate for 5-shot Ryan, the championship leader. That I'm not sure if he was busy or what, but that will probably be a costly mistake. Let's see if he gets across the line. Yeah, no, he doesn't. He comes into the pits as Edzax goes up into P2 on the intermediates. So Edzax is now in the front row, only half a second behind Tobias, who's improving in sector 1. Westerhouse down 3 attempts in the first sector. Let's see who else is challenging. Sniper Arctic up by 3 attempts. So really, we look to the current title contender Tobias, whether he can extend his lead. Is that lap valid? Yep, whether he can extend his advantage out in front. It's currently 5 attempts after Edzax put his car into P2. Tobias will cross the line first, so we'll follow him, and he's improved by 7 attempts in the middle sector. Will it be pole position for Tobias? It's currently provisional pole. Oh, he hits the inside of the barrier, but he keeps it alive. Probably doesn't lose too much time. We'll lose a few attempts, but he was 7 attempts up, and now he's powering across the line. Is it provisional pole? Yes, it is, and he goes for 123.9. We'll see what his teammate can do, who's very, very slightly down on his personal best. Will he be quick enough to get back onto the front row, as he's really struggling for traction out of the final corner? And he stays in P3. So Edzax P2 is currently Tobias on provisional pole. I don't think anybody else is going quicker at the moment. It's only Gareth on the lap. Lupus into P8. Lysa in both Renaults 9 and 10. Both Mercedes outside of the top 10. 5-shot Ryan will be really, really disappointed doing a 127.1, starting P12, whilst his title rival Tobias has taken pole position quite emphatically by 1.3 seconds to the rest of the field. He'll be really happy with that lap. I think the race is dry, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if the race is dry or not. Let me just check. Okay, so yes, you can see the order there. I'm not sure how different it would have been on the dry conditions, but great result for Tobias. Edzax in the Red Bull managing to put himself on the front row, as the Westerhouse decided to stay on the wets. Couldn't find enough time, but But yeah, there you see your grid. Okay, it's a dry race. Good luck on dry setup. To be fair, well, I don't know. I was gonna say you might not necessarily have done that lap on a wet setup. I don't know how much the wet and dry setup actually differs in regards to, especially Monaco. But I guess we will find out. And also now, what do you guys think the best strategy will be? Comment down below what you think what you would start on in this situation. A wet qualifying, would you go for mediums, would you stay with the softs, or would you just risk it all and go for hards? We're about to find out what the drivers have chosen, as Ferrari, I don't know how you say that, says he would go for softs. And it looks like the majority of the grid have gone for medium tires. Let's find out. Oops, sorry. Okay, yeah. So only 2 drivers choosing to go for the hards. Interesting, very, very interesting. So 2 drivers on the soft tires, Fireshot Ryan choosing to go on the softs. Well, I guess it all depends on how the race plays out, really. Safety cars, which I'm very, very sure there will be after wet quali. Softs and then pit under the safety car. Okay, I hear that. Softs and then pit under the safety car. I see how that could make sense. There's a few ways it could play out, really. But obviously it's Monaco, so you anticipate an early safety car. How early, I guess, is what will decide the picture of this race. So Monaco really overtaking, I'd say it's not possible. It's almost impossible. Soft, medium, medium. Okay. Me personally, if it was a wet qualifying, I'd go mediums. And then no matter if there's a safety car or whatnot, you just stay out. Excuse me, and then pit to hards maybe around lap. Well, whenever you want, really. The mediums are a lot better than the softs, so it kind of opens up the strategy. But obviously traffic will also be a massive factor, so whether the leading drivers can pit, but then again there are mediums now, so they can go longer, only with 2 cars on hard. So really everybody's on a similar strategy. We'll see how things play out excuse me, when the lights go out here in Monaco, as the final cars are coming around the final corner. With Gino and John Gatchell, the only 2 drivers on hard tyres, they'll look to stay out of trouble and go as long as possible into this race, as the cars are forming up on the grid. Four lights, 5 lights. It's lights out, and away we go. And it looks like the leader, Tobias, has got a good start, but Westerhouse has got past Exact, and he's dive bombed into turn 1, and it's carnage. It's carnage. There's the Williams or safety car. It's absolute carnage. Westhouse has dive bombed his teammate. Tobias is now at the back, I think with wing damage. Exact leads the race. That was absolutely not the way to take that. Okay, I think Champ owes somebody £5 there, because I'm pretty sure he gained 2 places on the dive bomb, but I guess we'll speak about that later. As that was really not what you want to do at the start of Monaco, as there's 5-second penalties being dished out left, right and centre. Tobias gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Pricken. It looks like he's got no wing, so currently as the game recalibrates itself, it's Edzak's out in front from Sniper Arctic. Bjorn Lebenov in P4 alongside his teammate 5-shot Ryan. Let me get the changes. No. Interval. Oh, wait. What am I looking for? Here it is. Position change. Yeah. We'll keep the intervals on. Okay. So, as you can see, 5-shot Ryan has gained 6 places after starting in P12. The championship leader now looking... Oh, but he doesn't pit and he stays on the soft tyres. I wonder if he'll regret doing that. Bearing in mind, these tyres will die after about 5 or 6 laps. We'll see what tyres the rest of the field choose to go onto. It looks like they're staying on mediums. John Gacho and Wojinho, who started on the hard tyres, are now up into the top 10 as Bjarne leaves the session. I wonder if he lagged out. He's put on the soft tyres. Quite a few cars have put on the soft tyres. Tobias has gone for the hards. So John Gacho now and Wojinho, the 2 drivers that started at the back of the grid, are now currently into the top 10. 5-shot Ryan finds himself up into P3 after starting P12. Wow. So you can see the massive changes that we've had in this race after 1 lap. After Westerhouse crazily, absolutely dive bombed himself up the inside into turn 1. I guess there'll definitely be some penalties dished out for that one. Some very angry drivers. Yeah, well, yeah, literally Mikulitsi. That's really what you can say. What else can you say? Yeah, you are gonna have a long day. To be fair, it looks pretty straightforward actually. It just looked like a dive bomb from hell. I don't know where he thought. Maybe he thought he was qualifying or something, but he forgot he had 42 laps of fuel on board. But yeah, so currently lap 2, both Hasses are on the podium. Something we've seen before, but with one obviously who's now a driver in F1. Otapa on the mediums in P4. He's looking good. He'll be looking at a podium hopefully. Yeah, literally always in F2. That was crazy. I need to see that again. Wow. No respect for human life in turn 1 on lap 1 in F2 here at Monaco. Somehow we still have 20 cars as Flo pits for mediums. I wonder if he had wing damage or not. Let me check if anybody else currently has wing damage if I can. Currently everybody's front wing is looking firmly intact. Yes. So really, what can both the Williams do now down from P17 and P19? Tobias, the only driver choosing to pit for hard tyres out of all of those that stopped on lap 1. Yeah, okay, so as you can see, everybody outside from 10th downwards has had to pit. Tobias will be looking to go to the end. 5-shot Ryan will have to pit probably before lap 10. It depends on what type of strategy he's looking at. And I wonder if the safety car will be in this lap. No, it's not. It will go around again. So that means really the hard tyres could last to the end. What? As Edzax, I'm not sure if that was just the game bugging or he just drove into the wall, but I guess we'll see now whether he has wing damage or not. It doesn't look like it. So maybe that was just Codemasters being Codemasters. But yeah, really we wait for the safety car to come in for this race to resume. The picture is very, very different from what it was in qualifying. As you can see, both the Williams now towards the back of the grid after a dive bomb from hell from Westerhouse onto his teammate and Edzax, who now currently leads the race on the medium tyres. John Gacho and Wojinho also, who started on the hards, will have to pit again, but now that they're up in P8 and 9, they could be looking at some good points depending on how fast they go and how quickly they can make those times work, as there are penalties being dished out towards the back of the grid. Gaff getting a 5-second penalty, as well as JJ Dog. I think it was because of a collision. I anticipate that the safety car will be in on this lap. Yeah, literally, the other teammate knows, and he just said, "Is what it is." No brakes. Yeah, so safety cars in this lap. I don't think Edzax actually crashed into the barrier. I think that was the game just being fried. So we'll see how he looks to restart. 5-shot Ryan may have a slight advantage depending on how he's managed his tyres, as Lysa gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flag. Depending on how 5-shot Ryan has managed his tyres under the safety car, because really those soft tyres are pretty poor and they don't last very long. As Edzax chooses to go, and Sniper Arctic is behind but will not get an opportunity to overtake, so we'll look back down the grid and see if there's any battles developing. There's yellow flags in sector 3, and no, I think that's just because. Okay, and we're at a goal. Let's change some of this. Yeah, no, actually, no, that's cool. Probably won't be much overtaken to comment on that. Oh, as Libenov hits the barrier. Don't know if he's gained any wing damage from that, as Tim Mats locks up and JJ Dog gets past Biana. And Pricky gets past. Oh wait, I don't think Bjorn is actually in this session. Okay, yeah. I was thinking. So the gaps are quite consistent between most of the cars. Nobody really making any moves or impressions on anybody as of yet. Sniper Arctic is looking like he's quicker than Edzax at this moment in time, but finding a way past is definitely another thing, as Edzax has used almost half of his DRS as well. So does Sniper Arctic get the traction? No, he doesn't. As 5-shot Ryan does the fastest lap of the race. So the top 3 are really checking out from the rest of the pack. We'll have a look at John Gacho on the hard tyres. He's got a 2.5-second gap to the cars in front, as Libenov is bearing down on Wojinho. I'm sure that will be a good battle developing here. We'll watch it for now. Pricky is on the rear of JJ Dog also. If nothing happens here, we'll flip it back to that. Oh, is he going to try the dive bomb? And Wojinho gets out of the way. Wow. Great move by Libenov, but I guess it was also good for Wojinho to see him coming, because he... Oh, the game's lagging. As he could have easily turned in and it would have been absolute carnage, but Wojinho letting Libenov pass has now allowed Lysa to... Oh, and there's a dive bomb from Tim Mats, and he makes it happen. So these are the real battles going on here. You really going to want to look up there? He fought twice of it, did Gaff, and he actually goes up the inside of the Renault, picks up front wing damage, and now it's looking like there could be problems in this sector, as cars are all over the place, and Lysa's really losing time as he's lost some of his wing, and the Williams, there's a safety car. Somebody crashed out? Has somebody... Have I missed something? I don't... Okay, the Renault's in the pits. I saw some wing damage, but I didn't see any major incidents, but nonetheless we have a safety car. Oh, Max is saying he wants to comment. Yeah, why not? Okay, I guess it's a safety car now, so I can invite you. I'd have to invite you to a party. I think I need to invite him to the game as well. Okay, so let's just quickly see. Has anybody pit? Yep, 5-shot Ryan's into the pit. So I'm assuming he'll switch to the hard tyres. I think I need to invite Max to the game also. 5-shot Ryan really has some fans, eh? Wait, so how do I invite? Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so let's have a look at how the race is looking at the moment. So there was a safety car as Libanov leaves the session. I think, let me invite him back. Don't know what's happened there. Did he quit out? I'm not sure, but I've invited him back anyways. Yeah, so where was I again? So I'll put on the stops.
Hello.
Hello, Max.
I'm coming.
Are you in the game, yeah?
Yep.
So what do you think of the start we've had here today?
Crazy, I think.
Yeah. I guess that'd be one way to describe it, yeah.
It was a bit crazy. I don't know what's happened between the two Williams, and I think one goes straight and the second goes straight too. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, basically, one just said he's not really going to brake for the corner, and now they're in P13 and 14. But the way the race is panning out, it looks like there could still be quite a few opportunities to finish high up. But still, we've got 20 cars, which is actually really good. Nobody's actually DNF'd yet. But I still don't know what the last safety car was actually for. I guess it was for some damage on the track or something. As Libanov gets past with Gino, because he's disconnected.
He maybe have a glitch because I think they will overstand the game.
Oh, okay. Wait, I need to change my microphone levels. Cool. Okay, that should be a bit better. Okay, so when will the safety car come in to the pits? Probably this lap. I need to get the right things up. Interval. No, I think the safety car is going. No, it's in this lap. Okay.
Can you invite me again? Just.
Oh, to the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, cool. Wait, hold on 1 second. He's not about to restart. Shall I wait? Hold on. In case. To be fair, nothing might probably happen right now. But I'll wait. Hold on 1 second. As Ed Zax gets us underway once again, and I want to see the tires. Yep. Where did 5-shot Ryan come out? He came out behind Tobias on the medium tires, so that will be very interesting. Okay, I'll quickly invite Max. I can kind of see what's happening in the background anyways. Yeah, I invited you. Alright, cool. What have we got? JJ Dog and somebody's, I think Pricky's lost his wing. Maybe battling with JJ Dog, but there's a long train of cars forming up behind with Gino. As Tobias has got past the Williams, and now he's on the back of his, not Tobias, sorry, 5-shot Ryan. He's on the back of his championship rival when they've made contact. And 5-shot Ryan has lost his front wing. Tobias goes up the inside of JJ Dog. He's going to try to take him on the outside. And, it's carnage. Virtual safety car. As many cars, they get a 3-second time penalty. So there was an incident between Tobias and his championship rival 5-shot Ryan in the tunnel where they've made contact. and Fire Shot Ryan as well as JJ Dog are now both missing front wings. Tobias is into P11 as Jorginho comes into the pit lane, who I also believe is missing some of his front wing. As the virtual safety car finishes.
I'm there, finally.
There's action going on all over the track at the moment as Alex is on the back of JG and the leaders are still separated by basically nothing. Jorginho and Fire Shot Ryan are into the pits. Wow, so there is action all over the track at the moment.
Yep, and we're back. Gasho 7th from last. Nice start of race.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, so the gaps are starting to open up. It looks like Sniper Arctic is quicker than Edzax at the moment. Edzax might not actually be the quickest car on the track, but as long as he holds track position in his front wing, I'm surely will be in for a good chance to win this race, as DRS is now enabled and there's a big battle here going on for P7 as John Gacho gets a little bit out of shape.
Yeah.
With Libenov behind him, I'm sure he won't try to dive bomb as both Renaults switch places. I wonder if that was synchronized swimming. So we'll stay with this battle for the moment as Libenov is literally on the rear of John Gacho. Will he try something?
Oh.
He thinks better of it, but Gacho has a massive lockup, and we'll watch it from Tim Max's point of view. Libenov goes up the inside, and is there going to be? Yep, John Gacho's parked on the apex, and many cars now come past him as he resets the track. I would say he didn't really have much of an option. It's a difficult one. Red Zach is currently closing in on Otapa. The gap only 4 tenths in P3 and 4. But currently, Tobias up into P9, Libenov P8 with Tim Mats in P7 after John Gacho, who started the race on the hard tyres, was subject to a move from Libenov, which I guess the stewards will obviously have a look at. I don't know if he was in the wrong there. Do you think it was a good move there from Libenov, Max?
I don't know. It was a bit too far for trying this move, but I don't know.
Okay.
It's always close on Monaco,
yeah.
So you need to do a day for overtake and maybe a bit dangerous from Libenov.
Okay, yeah, I agree. As there's moves happening towards the back of the grid, Fire Shot Ryan. Okay, no, Bjorn not in the race. I need to remember that he's not actually here. So who right now is in a good position? It looks like the hard tyre runner, Tim Mats. What's the rear?
Close.
Oh, he's close to Alex. Okay. Is he going to go for it? Yes, he does go for it. Is it going to end?
Oh,
they're still side by side. They managed to... Are they going to go side by side? You definitely can't. As Alex gives up the position. So good overtake from Tim Mats. As Libenov is now on the rear of this. We'll watch it from Tobias' point of view. Is Libenov going to try a move? No, he's not. Heavy on the brakes. Libenov lagging a little bit. So Tin Mats gets the move done and is up into P6. So good overtaking, very aggressive moves, but you have to make them stick around Monaco, and he has done that. So
and Tim Mats is very close to
JG as well, and I see Flo getting past John Gacho, and John Gacho's slow on the exit. I wonder if he's lost some of his wing. And John Gacho leaves the session, and Libenov gets past Alex around the outside. I wonder what's happened there. So some really good racing going on here. Libenov, actually no, sorry, he already overtaken Alex. Maybe Alex had come back at him. So Tim Mats really is looking like he's got the pace right now as he's up behind JG. Red Zach also up behind Otapa. Let's see if he's going to make that move.
It's a bit far. It's a bit far. Oh yeah.
He thinks twice of it. He's going to get a cutback. Not enough traction as Fire Shot Ryan gets past John Gacho, who left the session. We'll watch from Libenov whether Tim Mats is going to try a move in this final sector. as there's a switch for the race lead. Sniper Arctic gets P1. Edzax having used almost all of his ERS. Sniper Arctic with 50% left, so it looks like the pace is there as Alex comes into the pits.
I don't know if he broke his front wing. I think
no.
no.
Okay, but he must have, innit? Yeah, he must have broke his front wing. Okay. Tim Matt's really all over the back now with Libenov very, very close in proximity. So what's going to happen here, we'll find out. We'll see how far back Tobias is. He's a little too far at the moment on those hard tires. It looks... as Libenov goes on the inside. No.
That's stupid.
Tim Matz, as he lost some of his wing, I don't know. If he has, then he'll be ruined making that decision there. But JG's got some wing damage. So as Libenov is really fighting the rear. And Tobias keen on the battle up ahead. Some very aggressive moves being made, but will they stick and pay off? We'll watch intensely.
There's a lot of car for the fifth position.
Yeah. Oh,
I think.
Yeah, it's fifth because the second Williams is up behind, but he's been on those. Oh, somebody's chipped off some of their front wing. I wonder if that was Tobias or Libenov. It might have been Libenov. Yes, it was Libenov. He's lost some of his wings. So now I believe there are 3 cars with possible wing damage, but there are so many cars on the main straight now battling for this position as JG is really struggling to keep the cars behind with the wing damage. So this is a very important part of the race, and whoever comes out of this cleanly will surely reap the rewards, as there are from P6 all the way down to P11. As you can see, wow, there's a massive train here.
Yeah. From P5.
Yeah, for P5, wow. Yeah, P5, sorry, all the way down to P11. And Flo is slowly joining the pack. There's yellow flags in the middle sector. I think it's an Alpha. Yeah, Pricky in last place. Looks like he's struggling at the moment.
And
oh, Tim has got to be inside, and he spins it. He hits the barrier and he spins.
Oh.
Tim Mats hits the barrier on the inside and he spins. So he loses positions now. JG's lost out to Tobias as Libenov and Tobias have gotten through. JG with the wing damage. So whether he'll decide to pit or not, we will find out. As cars really late on the brakes. JG losing the rear as Westhouse decides to come in really late.
Someone spun. The Williams spun.
Oh, the Williams has spun. He spun.
In the pit
entry. I thought it was okay. He was trying to come into the pits and he spun. So the Williams has spun out on the pit entry. That will lose him a lot of time as Virginio gets a 3-second time penalty. So we'll watch back to this fight. It looks like Gaiath is on the rear of JG now.
He's so close.
On the hard tires.
He's struggling so much. GG's struggling so much.
Yeah, he's struggling so much. Really, really, he should probably pit at this point in the race, still with 22 laps to go. He's probably dealing some more damage as Lupus gets front wing damage. And there's another train forming here behind JG. Yeah, he's broken some of his front wings. So a lot of damage going on here for these cars. Whether they try to stay out or not, I guess we'll find out. Tobias 4 tenths behind Libenov on the exit.
There's contact.
Tim Mats
and Lupus.
Lupus gets a penalty for cutting the corner.
Yeah. And there is a front. Yeah, GG broke his front wing again.
He broke his front wing again. Oh, he's gonna have to pit. Yeah, he's got way too much understeer. He'll have to box. He's lost both end plates, and I think that was Tim Mats also doing some of his front wing again. And the Ferrari tries to come through. Oh, this is carnage. I'm going the wrong way. And Lupus decides to pit as well as JG. So wow. Let's recalibrate for a moment. It is currently Fireshot Ryan in P10 behind Tim Mats, who is letting Fireshot Ryan through actually, probably because he's got some substantial wing damage.
And Tobias is very close to Libenov with
he's really on the rear of Libenov. Damage. Oh yes, Libenov has also got damage. So some very interesting battles to keep an eye on. Fireshot Ryan on fairly fresh. Has he got wing damage from that?
Sorry.
Yeah, you must surely. We'll have a look. I'm not too sure. Yes, he has. He's got wing damage from that. So it was looking good for 5-shot Ryan, having been on those tyres for 7 laps. But now with wing damage, he may struggle. The gaps are starting to open up a bit between cars.
We're starting closing. Oh, okay.
Oh, Redzak into the pits.
Yeah. Oh, there's contact. The
5-shot Ryan?
fuel and fire, I think.
Flow.
Fire shot Ryan. That's
Where's
why fire.
Oh, he's coming to the pits.
Box. Yeah.
Okay. So he's probably he's gonna have a wing change. Yeah, that's a wing change. And a lot of position
and
changes
Tobias.
going on.
Tobias is so close.
Yeah, so this is all as I think Libanov might have knocked a little bit more of his wing off. So it looks like this is the fight we'll be looking at for the moment, as the majority of there's some good racing going on for P10. It looks like where there's a few cars, but it looks like Tobias will be past Libanov. Whether he'll try to move down the inside, we're about to find out. Is he gonna dive?
It's a bit far, yeah.
Yeah, he thinks better of it.
That's a good race from Tobias, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good recovery.
He's very patient.
Yeah. Definitely a great recovery drive there. And I think he's still got all of his front wing. Yes, he does. So he will just need to be patient and pick his moment.
Yeah. In Monaco, you just need to be patient.
Yeah. As I'm seeing some battles going on here, but I'm sure Tobias maybe... Nope, the gap's too big. You might have to wait for Libanov to have to pit, because those hard tyres should go to the end. As we watch here the McLaren of Redzak, the Alfa Romeo of Alex, and the Williams of Westerhouse battling for the final points position in P10. It doesn't look like a move will be made.
Libanov come back on Otapa. There is 1 second now.
Okay, so has Otapa made a mistake? Or has he lost some of his wing? I think he's got some damage. Or something's happened there. He's got 100% ERS as Otapa also.
I just will leave now. Sorry, I have just an urgence. My uncle is not very good.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry for that.
It's alright. And there's a yellow flag. JG retires on... I don't think that's damage. I think he's just retired on the track. Yeah, I see he's still moving. So this is the battle for P3. And there's yellows in sector 2 still, and I think that's still JG. And he leaves the session. So very, very interesting fight here, as Sniper Arctic has managed to pull out 10 seconds over Edzax, and Libanov easy gets past Otapa. But that was a difficult one. Otapa was slowing on the line. And Tobias, I wonder if he's taken any damage from that. No, he hasn't. The battle for P8 now with Jorginho. Is he gonna go up the inside? He gets a warning for that, surely. So still a lot going on at the moment, all over the track. But the battle for P3 now seems like it'll be between Tobias and Libanov. But with Tobias more likely to go to the end, as there's yellows in the final sector, and JJ Dog retires from the race in P17. I wonder if that was a crash. Oh, and it was a crash, and it's a virtual safety car. He's absolutely written that off. What is that? It looks like he's got nothing left on the car. Okay, yeah, so virtual safety car. I wonder if Libanov will take this opportunity to pit, and I also wonder what Tobias will think to do. And they both stay out, so they both look for the track position. Gaia, who's now in the back of Otapa, also goes round as Edzax comes into the pits for new hard tyres. Ooh, very interesting decision there from Edzax, whilst Libanov decided to stay out. I wonder how this will play out towards the end of the race. I'm surely Libanov, how long has he been on those tyres for? 20 laps. Let's see what... Having stopped once, it will be very difficult to take those tyres another 17 laps. But surely we will find out. Also looking at the position changes here, Otapa up from P14. And will this be Tobias' best opportunity to get past Libanov under the virtual safety car, as he doesn't get the traction he would have liked, and it seems like he'll be behind for another lap. as Gaev is having a look at Otapa, who kind of half-heartedly defends. And Tobias is really all over the back of Libenov. There's a 3-car battle for P10 going on with the Williams, and there's yellow flags in sector 2, and that is exactly what I think is going on. Lysa's spun round. There's a massive train forming up here behind Jorginho as Tobias finally gets past Libenov into turn 1, it seems, and that I'm sure will be Tobias driving off into the distance, as it seems like he's got the better pace at this moment, as there's cars all over the place. Gaev now getting past the Tapper, who I think is really struggling. Flo looking to go on the outside. Edzak's watching closely on the new hards. He will look to avoid damage. The battle for P9 is still going on. Flo goes up the inside of a Tapper, who kind of lets him by. And I think Edzak is just looking to be really patient here. As you can see, this battle here, Alex, is he going to go up the inside? Oh, it's going to be a difficult one. They touch wheels, but it's okay. Oh, and Redzak, I wonder if he's picked up wing damage there. So many battles going on at the moment. This looking like the main one. There's the 4 cars going in towards the end of the middle sector now. But it looks like it'll be Westhouse to take a move up the inside of Redzak, and they don't make contact, just about avoiding each other. So some really interesting stuff as Edzak gets past the Tapper going into the final corner, and this battle currently for P10 continues with Jorginho just ahead, followed by Alex. Crazily enough, Tobias could actually win this race, but obviously there's still always and they make contact. I think that was Tin Mats and Lupus, and there's yellows in sector 1. Now, what is he out of the race? No, he's still alive at the moment, and the battle here is still going on as 5-shot Ryan's lost some of his front wing, and there's a virtual safety car. Oh my goodness. This is, I thought he was about to smash into him there. Oh, yeah, I don't think 5-shot Ryan's very happy. Wow, we could take a moment to breathe, because really there's a lot going on at the moment. We'll have a look at those ahead. Will Tobias choose to pit? No, he continues round. Gap currently saying 28 seconds as Gaev comes into the pits. It doesn't look like anybody else will look to pit. 5-shot Ryan's got some wing damage, unfortunately for him. A race which had a lot of promise at one point is now in traffic looking not so great, and he comes into the pits for a new front wing. I want to see how many pit stops that makes it for him. I think this will be his 3rd stop. Tim Mats is also into the pits. Got some wing damage. I'm going to be so real. I completely forgot Man United are playing right now. I actually need to check that. But whilst keeping an eye on the ongoings here. Oh, I've not even been reading the comments. Oh, gosh. Oh, I didn't know you guys couldn't hear Max. Sorry. To be fair, it was pretty low on my microphone as well. Those you asked what position Edzak started. He started in P2. He was on the front row. As Lupus gets a penalty, and there's yellows in sector 3. Oh, and was that Lupus? Pricky gets a 3-second penalty. So this is the fight down at the back of the grid as Flo, I think, has made an error and lost positions. It's so difficult to get over what's going on right now. There's yellows in sector 1, 2, and 3. Pricky retires from the race. Would that be a safety car? Yeah, he's crashed. Would there be a safety car? We're about to find out. It doesn't look like there will be. These guys are really having a good battle. Oh, as Westhouse is gonna try around the outside. Oh, he does. He's gonna make it stick. Oh, that's a great move. That's a great move. That's a really. I don't think I was on the yellow flags. That was a really good overtake to go around the outside of Redzak, who I believe may have wing damage. So currently Tobias within 21 seconds of Sniper Arctic. So he'll hope that that's enough to be ahead when Sniper Arctic inevitably has to come into the pits, as Libenov pits from P3. That will put Edzax back up into the podium position, but still at what I believe with a lot of action to come in this race, as cars are starting to become more and more spread out, and Redzak goes deep, and that gives guys, but he goes basically straight back through him. That's quite unfortunate. Westerhouse, I think, pits, and Libenov. Oh, unfortunately for Libenov, this is not where he would have want to come back out on those soft tires. He's going to be coming up to a 3-car convoy, or maybe 4 rather, and he'll need to pick his moment to get past, because Otapa is really struggling. He's lost some of his wing. I think he just doesn't want to pit. He's trying to basically firm it, let's say. Libenov is really going to be on the back of these guys very quickly, and Redzak is not too far behind. 5-shot Ryan is going up the inside of Lysa at the hairpin, and just about gets through. But what will happen and what's going on here? And there's 2 cars side by side, and Westhouse is going up the inside of Flo, and he makes it happen. Libenov really is going to keep his nose out of it, and he does get past very easily, but he loses his wing and he spins. Oh no, he's lost some of his wing. It's really that simple. Oh, unfortunately for Libenov, on those soft tires, he's run into traffic as Otapa finally pits, and Libenov also comes in for a new front wing. Sniper Arctic has come up behind Tobias, so now what Tobias will need to do is really put his elbows out and defend that first position, because for the next 6 laps Sniper Arctic will be considerably faster than Tobias. So we'll see how that plays out come the end of the race. Really, this is crazy stuff going on here in F2. Only 3 cars retiring, which is still pretty good, as a lot of cars are in the pits for new wings, and Morginho's ghosting as he comes into the pits. And we'll see how many stops that is for him. Now this will be his 3rd pit stop. 5-shot Ryan up in P8, having stopped 4 times. I think we'll have to switch to Westhouse and Alex, and soon switch to the... Oh, and Redzak is around. He's spun in a battle with Gaev, but we really do need to go on board the guys in P1 and 2, as Sniper Arctic is really going to be a lot faster than Tobias. We'll see if he can hold on for the victory. It's going to be very interesting to see whether or not he can. He'll really be lacking traction and speed. He'll have to floor the ERS, and we'll see what type of move Sniper Arctic is going to want to put on him, as 5-shot Ryan blows past Redzak, and I think we can go back to that just to make sure he's got the move done. Yes, he does. And there's yellows in sector 2, and there is a... it's nothing. Sniper Arctic's really just going to have to bide his time. He can go at half the pace at the moment, but he does need to get past sooner rather than later, because those soft tires will start to switch off after about 6 laps. And it's looking like the move will get done. Here he's going to look to the outside, but he hasn't got the straight line speed. He has not got the straight line speed to make the move stick. So he will stay behind for now. Really want to see how this battle plays out. Sniper Arctic having just come down from F1, is he going to go up the inside? No, he thinks better of it, as Tobias is going to start struggling. And there's yellow flags in the middle sector. It's a Renault, and it was Flo on the entry to the tunnel. No safety car. Yeah, it's looking like Tobias has got enough straight line speed to defend. Is Sniper Arctic, he's going to have to make a really risky move at some point. if he wants to get ahead. Otherwise, he will most likely stay in P2 around the track, which we all know is almost impossible to overtake. As Libenov gets past Lysa pretty easily. So we watch this battle now with Fireshot Ryan having made his 4th stop to soft tyres. So you can see that Tobias has had his tyres on for 28 laps. He'll be looking to go right the way to the end. One saying Tim Mat's being dirty is nothing new. Boy, I don't know about that one, but get me, is what it is. Yeah, so right now it's just looking like people are conserving themselves for an attack. We'll see how this plays out here, and I'm still watching the battle for P1. Sniper Arctic following Tobias round. He'll really want to get a move on, having been on those tyres for 3 laps. And I'm going to check the Man United score quickly whilst I watch this, and it's 0-0. Not surprised. Anyways, as Westhouse looks to go around the outside of Alex, and they make contact. Fireshot Ryan is gonna want to have a look, but it's not gonna pay off. And oh, this is contact everywhere. As Alex, I think, has lost some of his wing. I would not be surprised if that was the case. There's switches happening as Lysa comes into the pits. Both Renaults switch positions. And this is currently the main battle on the track, as Sniper Arctic still behind Tobias, who's really been using that ERS to try and stay ahead. So it may be a question of when rather than if. As Bjarne, who left the session, is getting lapped. That stuff's really annoying when you have to go through the ghost and whatnot. I don't know why they just don't take them off the... Actually, no, I do get why they don't take them off the track so they can rejoin, but it's just annoying. Fireshot Ryan currently on the back of Guy. I'm sure there'll be a lot of penalties in this race, so I wouldn't even want to be the stewards for F2. Good luck to you guys, whoever those guys are. As Alex pits... wow, is this really his second stop? That's good if it's his second stop. Alex comes into the box. And you can see there the change of position. Somehow Tobias, well, I say somehow, it was a good recovery from Tobias. There still may be some issues with penalties to look at later on, but at the moment he still leads with 7 laps to go. Sniper Arctic can't make an impression on him at the moment. The battle for P4 continues as Gaia is on better tyres than the car ahead. So by the time we get to the end, we'll probably be looking at a very interesting battle going on here, as Libenov on another new set of softs is coming up to the McLaren of Redzak. Oh, he's not. Sniper Arctic, he needs to, if he wants to make the move, he's got to be aggressive, but because soon their tyres will almost basically be at the same level. 6 laps to go, 11 laps on the softs. I guess it depends. Touch and go, as Libenov gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corner, so I wonder if that was, well, no, I'm assuming that was on the move to get past Redzak. Oh yeah, it's actually quite funny because, as you say, Battle of Austrians, I was talking to Tobias yesterday and he was saying the exact same thing. It would be nice for the 2 Austrians to be fighting it out for P1, so we'll see which one comes out on top, as there are 5 laps remaining of this very long and interesting Monaco Grand Prix we've had today, which started with a very wet qualifying session, and by the looks of it, it mixed up the grid a bit, with Edzak starting in P2. He's currently very far ahead of P4 on the podium, so he'll want to just drive that home and keep that, as we see Sniper Arctic again behind Tobias. Is he going to make the move? No, he doesn't. I wonder why he doesn't use more of his ERS. We'll see how that plays out. Flo is coming up behind Otapa, who seems to have been in the middle of all the action today. Having really extended one of his stints. Let me quickly check if any of these guys have damage. No. So it's a straight battle we have here for the victory. Can Tobias hold out, having one stop for those hards under the first safety car and taking those tyres 33 laps? We'll see whether or not he can make it work. We all know Monaco's pretty impossible to overtake, so maybe it will take a mistake, as the gap is basically at nothing. He's almost pushing Tobias around the track, who's really not got much ERS at his disposal either. Okay, these guys are coming to the final corner. I don't think anybody, it will kind of be a bit of a DRS shame, but let's see if Snap Arctic is going to use his overtake to get past Tobias. No, he's not. He's going to stay behind for at least another half of the lap. And I see Tim Mats behind Lupus. He shows him a dummy. He goes on the outside and they make contact. And he cuts the corner, and that was... I don't even want to describe that. Snap Arctic is really on the rear. But is the DRS and the overtake enough? It doesn't look... Oh, it might be now. Tim Mats goes defensive. He goes up the inside, but not enough space. I said Tim Mats. Tobias, sorry, goes defensive. So really, now is the time he's going to have to start getting his elbows out, and he doesn't have any ERS left either. Sniper Arctic will see that and will know that he's going to have to capitalize very, very soon, as Lysa and Lupus swapping positions, because Lupus is in the pits. Flo on the rear of Otapa. We'll see if Flo tries to make the move to get back past as Tim Mats locks up but makes the corner, and and Flo's lost the rear end. I'm sure he would have taken some wing damage from that as well. Guy closing down on Westhouse, whose tyres will begin to scream more and more for P4. He'll want to hold on to that. It looks like Tobias has got a little bit of a gap to Sniper Arctic here, so only 3 more laps for Tobias to hang on. Can Sniper Arctic make a move over his fellow Austrian and take victory in his first race in F2 here at Monaco? Now with 3 laps remaining, and Gav still really fighting Westhouse, and he's got the overtake deployed. Is he going to make the move up the inside? Westhouse doesn't defend too aggressively, but he outbreaks himself and he gets a 3-second time penalty. I'm assuming he'll have to give the place also. No, he doesn't. Okay, stewards, I'm sure you're watching. Yeah, honestly, I would not want to be the stewards for this race, because I don't know how many incidents I've seen, but boy, good luck. But so currently there's one more battle on the track, and this is it. Besides that, it will be the battle for the lead, and there won't be many more opportunities for Sniper Arctic on those soft tyres to get past Tobias, who's also managed to save some ERS. But that front left of Tobias will definitely be on its way out at the moment. Also that for Sniper Arctic on the soft tyres. Maybe going for the mediums would have been a better option, but I guess we'll find out as he's now on the rear of Tobias. Can he make a move stick? Does he have enough traction to get out of the corner? It doesn't look like he does, and he saves that ERS, as does Tobias. So it's looking like we've got a very interesting finish on our hands. I would show the penalties, but honestly, there are so many penalties in this race that me showing you, it really doesn't do much. We'll have to wait and see at the end as Alex gets a 3-second time penalty. So where's Fire Shot Ryan? 12 laps on those softs. His pace is looking okay behind P5, but I'm sure as Tobias is quite close to the right hand side of the track. I wonder if he had a moment. So and there's 2 cars up ahead. I wonder if that is Oh, is that traffic? Are those lapped cars? So these are lapped cars that the leaders are about to come up to, really fighting for position. Will they get distracted? Tobias will get a hand of DRS, but it looks like he touches the barrier on the inside. Oh, he's really on his rear, but he's going to get DRS. So that could have just saved Tobias. We'll see coming through the next two sectors whether Sniper Arctic can make the move to take the victory or not. We're going to stay on board throughout this lap as and there he's really pushing Tobias around. That's really how much Tobias is struggling at the moment. There's a yellow flag in the middle sector. I see there's an Alpha Tauri as the lap cars are being lapped. We look at the ERS usage. Tobias has really got a lot of understeer. You can see it's making it look alright though, to be fair. And it looks like it will be Tobias that's going to win this race unless something very catastrophic happens on the final lap. We'll see for penalties as well, or at least win over the line. Maybe he has penalties. 37 laps on the hard tyres, and he's going to come across to take the checkered flag, whether or not it will be the race victory. After, I'm sure the stewards will need to take many days, maybe even weeks cough cough of deliberation to get these over the line. But Tobias comes over the line in P1 and he takes victory in Monaco with Sniper Arctic in his first race in F2 taking the second step on the podium. Ed Zax coming into the final sector now, as you see the fireworks in the background, will come across the line and look to take the final spot on the podium as everybody else has been lapped. We've got a little battle here for P6. It looks like 5-Shot Ryan might be struggling on those 14-lap-old softs. Yeah, it does look like he is. Kai Libanov make something happen in the final sector. It'll be very difficult, but you can see he's a lot quicker at the moment. Is he going to dive bomb? I don't think he will. And the yellow's being shown in sector 3. I don't think that's for anything. So, and he almost tows his car on the final lap and he resets the track, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, so wow, that was an incredible race of action. Tobias, after being taken out by his teammate on lap 1, and are those spots of rain I'm seeing? Wow, it was actually raining. After being taken out by his teammate on lap 1, he shows brilliant confidence and driving ability to get back up into P1 and take the hard tyres 38 laps. Although I'm sure there will be quite a few stewards' inquiries, nonetheless he'll be happy with crossing the line first after what was a incident-filled Monaco Grand Prix here in F2. Yeah, these are definitely provisional results. This is definitely provisional results. I know there's no way this is going to end like this because, yeah, as you can see, the top two, no penalties. To be fair, I thought there would have been more, or actually there was probably a lot of served 5-second penalties. Might as well have a look. Just so you guys can see, and for the stewards as well. Yeah. Okay, that shows all the stops. Yeah, that's long. So you see wow, some people pit. Well, how many times is that? 5 stops. Wow. But well, yeah, that was a very good Monaco Grand Prix. I don't know if these guys want me to do a press conference or something. I'm sure Wojinho's going to start messaging me conference. But yeah, if not, you could join us tomorrow for F1, where I'm sure we will have no safety cars and it'll just be a long, boring race with Max running away out front and everybody else stuck behind each other. But join us anyways. I'm joking, by the way. I actually think tomorrow will probably be a good race, but yeah. Tune in to the stream. From me, Lowkey, I'll see you guys. I don't know when, but you'll see me when you see me. But yeah.